Hi, Jay, Julie, everybody on YouTube. Thank you so much for the time. So my name is Antonius. I'm from Korea ID and then from Indonesia. So I would like to share about a project-based learning implementation during the pandemics. So here we can see. So I will start again about this condition. Actually, I love to bring this issue to the educators. So we are now in the FUCA era, which is like we are in this condition where we find volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. In other side around the world, we know this term already in our world. So Germany has Industry 4.0, Japan has Society 5.0, Smart Nation in Singapore, and a lot of countries also promote their program during this technology era. So again, back to the education, I think this is all educators know about this term, 21st century skill, where we this concept promoting learning skill, literacy skill, and this time I would like to strengthen on life skill. That 21st century skill is not only about learning skill and literacy skill, but also all about life skill. All right, so this is the problem that I concern on, where the education itself is what I can say is like more too stagnant and not that dynamic on response on what happened around the world now, which is now, as I mentioned before, that we are in the VUCA era in the real world. So this is the problem because it's like the education is not that fast to respond this condition. So in other case, since I mentioned about project-based learning, which is we call it a PBL. So this is the concept where the students will do by themselves, and then we as educators try to facilitate them, and then they will more engage in learning process and learning experience. So uh, yeah, again, they how empathic they are to see what happened in the real world, and then how they try to solve the problem by the project. So this is the teaching strategy that normally people do for the project-based learning. So where the students will get the assignment, like a problem that they want to solve, and then how they present the real world problem, and then try to set the parameter to complete the project. And also here, as we can see here, is like teachers consultation. Then at that time, we can do like mentoring and coaching session and come up with the final product. But the things that I would like to strengthen for my presentation at this moment is actually most of us as educators, it's really hard to differentiate which one is doing a project and which one is project-based learning. So I put here as the comparison of doing a project and project-based learning. But the things from this slide that I want to add more is actually on the third point, that focus on product and process, which is not only that, but we can add value of our life. So again, like we know about the STEM innovation program, robotics, coding, maker, and everything. For me, it's just a tools for the students for learning something. All right, so come back for this time during the pandemic. Now we are more moved to online, virtual, and everything. So this is the little bit theory about the e-learning, that there are two parts that we call it asynchronous e-learning and synchronous e-learning. So what is synchronous e-learning? When we can put that together, the students will do something independently by following what we can put on the video, and then they can access it. There is no teachers, I mean, not physical teachers there, but they try to do by themselves. And then after that, after asynchronous e-learning, then we can move to synchronous e-learning, where the teachers can meet the students, but during this pandemic they cannot do it physically, so they can use some learning management system, or like now we are using Zoom meeting, or like Google Classroom or CISA, and also many kind of software that we can use. So this is one of the example of what teachers have done in collaboration with Korea ID, where we try to integrate this project-based learning to national curriculum at school as the learning process, and also how we can deliver the learning experience. And also we come up with the assessment where this one also can integrate it, like we talk about bahasa, math, civic, PE, and also character. So this is some activities that the teachers do before, during this program, and also today they also try to share about their experience. So again, this is not, I don't know before that they will share about this, but yeah, just now I just tried to modify my presentation. I put here what is the learning point that they get, and then also they try to present on this GIF event as well. So this is from the primary students, teachers from primary students, and also this is from teachers from kindergarten and PG school. Yeah, so here we can see how interactive they share about this. So in Bahasa Indonesia, we promote this project-based learning, and we put on YouTube as well. So everybody can go to that through this link as well. So this is like introduction of what is the project-based learning that we want to build. So I think that's all what I want to share about it. And a last message is like what I put on my slide, that let's learn how to learn. Thank you so much.
Antonius, that was just wonderful. Let me just make a comment for the general audience. It's very easy to be talking about things and say, this is what we're going to do, but you're actually doing it. And I have seen the results of what your students have accomplished and how great they are. So anyone who's watching this presentation and thinks, oh, this is a very nice plan, you're actually making it work. Can you talk about some of the students and some of the ways you have engaged the students in doing this?
You mean for the school, or?
For the school and for the students.
Yeah, so for this, because we saw that so many teachers confused during the pandemic how to deliver the learning process, and then we come up with the team, and then we come up with this idea that we want to build the new experience, because now it's not about the complaining about the condition, but how we can change, like the things that I love from the previous presenters, I mean from the teachers about this, that now it's time to be changed, not complaining, and then we get more something new for the students. So we are doing this with the school, for especially for this project.
Do you think that the school understands what you're doing and how important it is, or do you have to sort of teach the school too?
Yeah, so my presentation today is like the conclusion of what happened today from the presenters from Indonesia, because I never prepared them before, so I just asked them if they are eager to share, and then they prepare all the presentation. They pitched to Julie before as well, but I saw that it's very wonderful. So that's my KPI, to say that they understand about this project.
Great, great, very good. Julie, I don't want to take up all the time if you have a question.
No, I was just going to say, I hate to say I'm not an educator, because I work with so many educators. You can't help but become an educator to some degree, but I am not a trained educator. And for me, it was a very good presentation to help me differentiate between a project and project-based, because I have not had somebody explain that to me before. And synchronous and asynchronous learning. I think it was fantastic. At least it enlightened me today. So thank you, Antonius.
Thanks, Julie.
Antonius, just so you know, I know you work in other countries besides Indonesia, but this is an issue facing education all around the world. And I can tell you from my own personal experience that confusion between project and project-based learning happens here in the United States all the time. They think they're doing PBL, and they aren't. They're just doing projects.
All right. Thanks, Jake. Thanks to put this issue as well.
It was excellent. It was very good. So I have a question. What are you going to be doing next?
A lot of things to do now. So like project-based learning now is like the gate to do the innovation project, because it's not easy to, to integrate the innovation mindset to the national curriculum. And also it's also the new things for all people here. So I'll try to insert this project-based learning first. And after that, in the end, we will come up with the innovation project. And then after that, again, we will come up with our big plan of the career ID, actually, where the education can be connected with professional industry and enabled by media and technology. So whatever it is, like robotics or STEM or maker education, is only the tools for us for achieve the innovation itself. But again, we are not talking only about the innovation, but beyond of it, it's like the life value, because we are as a human, we cannot make us as the same like the technology, because when the technology old, then it will be nothing. It's like, okay, we forget it, we come up with a new one. But human is a human that we learn. So that's what I want to say at this moment.
Great. And there are teachers and educators all around the world watching this, and they should feel free to contact you for your support and help. Yes?
Sure, we love to do collaboration as well. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for all that you do. It's wonderful. And I love watching your students on the gift today. And I know there'll be more students coming in the next gift in January and in April. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jake. Bye, Julie. Bye.
Bye-bye.